Okay, so, you know, I see all of the far left wing media channels talking about how slow the offense is going in Ukraine. I can tell you right now that anyone that says that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. They have no idea of what's going on there and why they're doing what they're doing. You guys have your heads so far up your fucking asses. You're saying shit that someone wants you to say because it's not the truth. It's not logical. It's not based on war principles. Well, where do you get your fucking information, and why are you broadcasting information that is so obviously skewed, okay, towards an uneducated audience? You see, Sun Tzu, I keep a copy of his book right there. It is so much better to take a piece of what the enemy wants and then allow him to attrit himself against that need. You have, he's of caloric attitude and his ego driven and worries about what people think, etc., etc. Okay, you'll make that exact same mistake. You will be driven to attack that point over and over and over to simply prove your fucking point. No military value whatsoever, like Bakhmut. If you look now what's happened to the morale and the Russian military, you can see that Bakhmut kicked their ass. Got that? It kicked their ass and is still kicking their ass because Russian leadership doesn't care about their people. Here you go. We want you to go over here. We want you to take that. And then Ukraine is sitting on this side. That everything has been mapped out so that everyone knows what area is GPS coordinates. This intersection, that intersection, this. They all have built-in GPS coordinates. Now, come on. That's what they tell them. They simply, a drone spots a group of, because you see how accurate the Ukrainians are getting with their artillery. That 777's kicking ass. They see a group. An artillery unit is contacted immediately, and they automatically, through having maps that match, know exactly where this person is talking. So it's going to be this many meters past this point where these roads cross, or even if it's exactly 2 miles from this point, if you don't have a GPS coordinate available. The point is it gives you a point with which to start a communication about where you're going to place that round. And the Russians keep coming, and the Ukrainians' artillery keeps getting better. And what you have is Russian soldiers constantly in the news talking about, we don't have any fucking ammunition, we haven't been paid in months, and I'm going to break my arm to keep from going to the front where I know I'm going to die. The moral law, one of the first things Sun Tzu talks about for warfare. So these Americans, CBS, NBC, CNBC, all of them, I saw it in all of them. Slowing of Ukrainian, and much slower than expected, quote, 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 all of them. And then you listen to generals who understand warfare and not some fucking blogger, okay? You listen to a general like Milley saying, yep, it was very effective. They're having to move through so many minefields, such dense minefields, that none of these people even talk about any of the strategic reasons why Ukraine is using their fucking brains, okay, and not sacrificing bodies to blow mines up so vehicles can drive through. Really? That's how you treat your soldiers? Well, that's how the Russians treat their soldiers. Hey, run out here in this fucking field and draw fire so we can counter battery these guys. As far as I can see, as I've been saying since days before they crossed the border, when I said he's going to do it and he's going to lose because he can't afford 1,000 ounces of silver a day. A theoretical number, but the point is that right now their economy is just tragically suffering. The people just don't know it yet, but it's about to get really, really bad. He chased away all of his oil and gas customers to other suppliers. He has nothing else to offer the world except for weapons that now have been proven to be pretty damn shitty. These Russian artillery guys are talking about firing 10 rounds and having only 7 or so go off. Every 3 out of 10 rounds are duds. They don't even explode. Same thing with a lot of the weaponry that the Russians are using. And then they just give up their weapons warehouses. The equipment they're starting to use is pretty damn old. And I would say that Russia stood a chance if the population was up in arms saying, stop the war, da-da-da. Nope, they're just blithely just going right along the way they always have because they no other reasonable sources of information. The people who are above average intelligence, let's just say that to be nice, above average intelligence and means to live a life without being forced to go kill people or be killed so artillery can use you as an aiming point, okay? Those people have fled. The brain drain is just, that's something that countries, it's so hard to come back from that. It's a generational destruction, okay? Everybody from 19 to 35 that knew how to, do anything technical decided they were leaving, and they did. And a lot of them are now earning good money. And I guess that's inspiration for the rest of them that are there. And why Russia is fighting so hard not to have another call up. They understand that if they do that this could be very hazardous to their government jobs. So yeah, don't listen to that shit. Ukraine is doing what it needs to do to not waste personnel, not waste ammunition, not just be smart, attrit the enemy, control the front so that you're like, nope, no, you're going to keep this many guys over here because you can tell right now that we're coming forward if you don't keep that many there, and therefore he has to keep that many there, okay? As Sun Tzu said, if you weaken the flank, right? If you weaken your left, it's a balancing act. Okay? The vanguard is useless without making sure you're not flanked by the enemy. I want you to look at the map today that's happening with the shape of the intrusion into Russian territory. Just look at that shape, and what you'll see is the Russians do not have the manpower to flank them on either side. They're having to laser focus their attention right where Ukraine is laser focusing theirs. And that just means I know exactly where to fire my weapons. And ATACMS is going to make a big difference. It's going to make a huge difference. Okay? They're going slow because it's the smart thing to do. To do anything else would be absurd and stupid. And people have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Okay, they just shut the fuck up. These are human beings fighting a war where you could die at any minute. And for these people to sit in their fucking, press room somewhere in New York and postulate about how everything's slowed down. Okay, just don't say anything. If you're not going to report statistics and facts and information, don't say anything. And let people seek out their own information. Both sides are publishing information. You can believe what you want to believe, right? Or you can believe what you're told. Russia is not full of complete morons. They have a generational problem where there's a lot of people that are have been indoctrinated for a very long time, and they are going to be pro-Putin government, period, no matter what you say or do. But the fact that so many fled the country, okay, it doesn't bode well. Really, it doesn't. The Ukrainians, these guys are fighting incredibly bravely. Some of the footage is pretty astounding. They have a reason to war on someone else. They have a legitimate moral reason to protect themselves and their country, their family, their friends, and what they see is the future of their children and their children's children. And what Russians see is nothing. They're fighting for no reason that they can discern, and they're not even being fucking paid. They're not. They're out raiding villages and shit for food, and stealing everything that the population has. That's how fucking desperate their army is. And these people talk about the counter assault is going slow. They have small minds. They're single dimensional thinking. Okay, you can lay out a bunch of flat shit like dominoes and they're okay, but as soon as you start stacking stuff on top of one another, they have issues. I think they're brilliant. I think they're being brilliant. I think their fighting spirit is brilliant. I think their, use of drones, the innovation now, they're taking the mines, the tank mines, that are millions of them, and that's free ammunition. They're now putting grenade fuses on those and dropping them on enemy positions. Free ammo. What could be better? That's a big boom. You know what I mean? Lift a tank up. And so it's cheap. It's free. The mine is free. The grenades are cheap. And a $500 or $600 drone, and there goes a very expensive piece of equipment. I think they're doing wonderful. They're suffering a lot. YouTube is full of whatever country you're in. That's the view that you see that the AI gives you. Okay, a lot of Ukrainians are dying and being maimed in war. No doubt about it. American equipment is getting blown up. You know what I mean? Abrams tanks will be blown up. It's just the nature of war. That's how it is. But war is always conceded. Very, 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 very seldom in the last 100 or so years do you actually just go and just wipe someone out. Now, when Russia was walking through Germany, that was the last time it happened, and it was a pretty thorough scrubbing of that place. Some of the stories are pretty bad. That's not going to happen here. Putin is going to either drop over, or he's going to fall down an elevator shaft onto some bullets, or he's just going to have a fucking heart attack from the stress, or the oligarchs are just going to get sick and tired of the world looking at them like a pariah, and that'll be it. One man, I don't, he's got some pretty loyal guys, FSB guys, people that have, guards that have been around him for long. He has this little, enclave of people he trusts, but his behavior is that of a very paranoid person. And that's someone who believes they're wrong. A righteous man does not act like that. You see Zelensky's all over. He doesn't mind traveling and going all over the world and talking about the sovereignty of a country. In this modern era, okay, the sovereignty of your country has to be absolute. Period. There's no way around that. Otherwise, you're a barbaric nation. Okay. The Abrams will be there soon. That is a long-range, incredibly accurate weapon that can move around and have a survivable encounter with an anti-tank weapon. You're not going to see Abrams turrets flying through the air. Not going to happen. But they will be hit. They'll be knocked out. They'll be repaired, put back into service. But for the last year, I've been thinking that it was going to be very difficult to have an armored, Bradleys, Abrams, all these strikers and shit flying down the road and making that's movie stuff. And that's what I kept hearing in media, just like everything's going so slow. Same fucking people. And Ukraine, they did a few probes and said, okay, well, that's not going to work. What do? They started breaking up into small man teams and then uncovering mines, working their way through these minefields by precise cover and fire and bravery, to put it to a point, recovering all the mines that they could, clearing out areas, and moving forward. To do anything else is suicidal, and you would be considered delusional, okay? If you thought that you could go make a Hollywood movie. It's not reality. And this is why it's so slow. It's almost like a sappers war moving through these minefields. They had vehicles that would just drive down the road and throwing mines out. There's just too many mines. They have to be disposed of. They have to be accounted for, cleared out, so it's safe for your personnel and your vehicles to move forward. And then you make it extremely difficult for Russian forces to come in and retake that area, remine the area, because that's how you end up with a stalemate. Well, that's not what's happening. There's no stalemate. The Ukrainians are slowly but surely moving forward, and the only reasonable, rational way, okay, that you can do today. They have guys flying drones for a couple of miles away blowing shit up. Is so much better than sending out a team of 10 guys to take out a machine gun nest. Right? And so, yeah, to do anything else would be absurd. I think they're doing just fine. It's moving at the exact pace you would expect it to move, leaving as much a clean area behind you as you can, making sure that the land you've taken you can still hold. And the Russians are losing line by line because of the way the Ukrainians are proceeding. Because I think they expected something different. That's why all the giant miles and miles and miles and miles of fucking concrete. Okay, well, if you control where the battle's going to happen, all those fortifications become much less effective, and you simply just push away a few pieces of concrete. Got a passageway. I never did understand that. Blitzkrieg is gone. Blitzkrieg is gone. That's Desert Storm stories you hear about rolling, the big roller, thunder roll into Baghdad. That's not happening now. It's not happening. It's more realistic. It's pretty damn different than what myself and lots of people thought this type of combat, state warfare. I never thought I would see these World War I tactics coming back into play because of technology and the distances you can accurately heave fucking weapons at each other, and have a drone up here telling you where everyone's at and what they're doing. I mean, it's driven people back into trenches. I never expected that. I have to admit, I never dreamt that I would see that, zigzagging trenches again. Totally weird. But see, the concrete obstacles, those are easily dealt with, and just a waste of time to even place them. And hopefully, when the war is over, they can find a constructive use for those. Okay? I'm sure they will. Yeah. No, I think everything is just fine. So, yeah, don't listen to the mainstream media. They live in a different fantasy world where expectation is kind of like skewed towards a Hollywood view almost. their expectation is for these magnificent things to happen, and what they don't understand is when they say magnificent things, they're talking about the deaths of many thousands of people. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't fucking listen to them.